Hello everyone, John Runner 88 here with another Star Wars figure review. This time it is Morgan Elsbeth from the Ahsoka series. Ooh, look at that. Get some glare going. And she's actually a fantastic figure. I know the gripe that everybody has is that she doesn't come with accessories. Of course, that is the issue that everybody would have, because that's the only issue they have with her. Other than that, she's only missing, I would say, some wrist articulation. I'm sure they could have made it work if they wanted to, but I'm sure they decide. They probably have a threshold, like if the forearm is, past a certain or below a certain thickness, they probably just opt out of it. But let's take a look at her card real quick. There she is, just in a fancy promo pic. It's always weird when they do stuff like that. I don't know why they don't just always use a picture from the media, but it is what it is. Thankfully, mine has some great paint apps. I did see one. I don't know if it was a Black Series. I think it was a Black Series figure, but they're I think it may have been Foosh actually. Thinking about it, but whether it was them or not, I saw somebody with their Black Series figure, and her tattoos were like shifted down a little bit, and her whole face ended up being like shifted down. So even though it was a different scale, I was a little worried, especially being at this scale. You'd think it'd be much harder. I'm sure it's to the machines, it's not too different, but yeah, her paint apps are great. Everything looks awesome on her. She even has almost like a little smirk going on, which is nice. But one thing that this figure has over the Black Series is that she has a soft goods dress on, and it is probably one of the best pieces of soft goods that I've ever encountered on a vintage collection figure, or just Star Wars figure in general. It is like a stretchy material almost, and it has these like pleats in it, and it looks awesome. And even on top of the pleats, it's got like that kind of like woven design to it. Not focusing. Come on now. There we go. So it is fantastic, and it gets all out of the way if you need it to, because she's got all the articulation that you need. And look at those legs. Isn't that interesting? Now, we don't quite see underneath her dress in the show. Why would we need to? We don't. But it's interesting that this is what it looks like, because that is almost exactly what it would look like if we had an Asajj Ventress figure. And I am putting a tinfoil hat on. I don't know why, because it's probably very in the cards at this point that we will be getting an Asajj Ventress figure, because these legs would be fantastic for her. They're great. The only thing is that they don't go forward too much, but they go back plenty. So, and they, do the whole rock thing, rocking back and forth, or side to side thing. So, I mean, plenty of articulation. And like I said, this soft goods, like it's up there, stays there if you need it to, but it just looks great, and it doesn't look like it's gonna have too much issue with fraying unless you're like really tugging at it. But it is a fantastic figure. You can get her into these nice poses, and unlike with the Black Series figure that has the plastic rubber like bits hanging down, like her legs just kind of like come out the sides, like this just looks fantastic. So if you're sleeping on her, I get it. She doesn't have many accessories. She doesn't have any accessories. Um, but I could see this skirt or this dress here probably being costly when manufacturing her. I can give them that, but there's other figures that have that Beskar spear that she used. That could have been an you know, easy thing to drop into the package and ship along with her. But her hair looks great. It's got all those like gradients in it. Her arms, great. Again, those like wrappings could definitely be leveraged for some other Night Sister action. But she could have definitely come with some hands, though, I think. I mean, some kind of like spellcasty hands. That'd been nice, especially since she doesn't have the wrist articulation, like the up and down or the, in and out. So it would have been cool to have some kind of casty hands to throw in with her. But another interesting thing that I saw with her is that her almost like whole torso here is like it's like several different pieces. You can see in there that there's like I'm pretty sure there's a separate piece like kind of stuffed in there. And then this middle section is a separate piece as well. And I find that very interesting. Not quite sure what they could use any of these pieces for, but the fact that she's kind of all cobbled together up top is interesting. Because she's definitely going to have some nice pieces to use for figures in the future. However they choose to do so. But yeah, definitely hoping that we get an Asajj figure soon, because these right here, she's got that like purple, and like the one in the black series, the one they got, she's got legs just like this, and I think her forearms could use this as well if they wanted to, but Ventress has a few different looks, so we'll see what happens. But all I can say is when we do get a Ventress, she better have hilts. Stop skimping out on the hilts, Hasbro. You've been pretty good recently, but then there's like figures like Revan and the recent Ahsoka figures. Like, just we need hilts. We want them. Just include them, please. The little tiny pieces. Please just put them in the card. Put them on the card for us, Hasbro. But that's enough of me begging. Did you get Morgan Elsbeth? Are you going to get Morgan Elsbeth? She would really enjoy being in your collection. And I'm sure you've already got plenty of accessories you can put with her, but I digress. Fantastic figure. Like I said, she can be a little tough to stand just because she doesn't have that like her foot doesn't go forward too much, like it doesn't kick up much. But also this little diorama I have here is a little lopsided sometimes, so it's not always the easiest to get them to stand. But there she is for you. Sure. Good enough, right? Focus, so we can say goodbye to the nice people. Thank you for watching, everybody. Go follow me over on Instagram, JohnRunner88 over there as well. You can do the whole like, comment, subscribe right here, right now. That'd be awesome. And yeah, I think that's going to about do it for this one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye, guys.